We're here with Jan Saunders Maresh. She's a professional stager right here in Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Nice to see you.
Great to be here.
Why don't you just talk a little bit about, in general, what is staging?
That's a really great question because a lot of people don't understand it. It is a way of turning a home back into a house and basically turning your house into a product that is going to market. So it sells faster and for top dollar as long as it's priced properly to begin with.
I'm going to sell my home. Why would I stage it? This seems like it's an extra process, correct?
Okay, this is Christine, my co-author. She always says this because a lot of times when it comes to staging a property, we need to repaint. And she always says, so if I paid you $5,000, would you paint that dining room? Well, who would say no to that? I think that's the most important thing to understand with staging is that yes, it's an investment, but for every $1 spent in staging and preparation, you get $3 back. We look at a room so differently than you do because we're looking at a room and saying, okay, what is it that I am selling in this space? And we arrange our furniture and art and accessories to draw that buyer in to stop, notice that, and go through the house. Okay, so let's just take, for example, you're shopping in Big Y, and you see a can that's all crumpled in, and you see a nice can of soup that isn't. Which one are you going to buy? Of course, the one that is perfect. So that's what your buyer is looking for, is the one that is going to take the least amount of effort to get ready, and again, is move-in ready, that they can just get on with their life.
Take us through the process. When you come to a client and you want to stage their home, what is it that you look for?
We take a look at the whole project, break it down into the top 10 things, we put a timeline on it, and then I check in with the client to make sure that things are on task before the house is photo ready. So basically we do the consult, the seller has to do their homework to do all the prep work, and then we come back and do the third step is what we call showcasing, and that's where we come in and reset the furniture, the artwork. If it's a vacant, that's where we bring in our furniture and art and accessories and stage the property. As a professional stager, it's my job to help prioritize those things where the seller is going to get the best return on investment.
So what are like sort of the top 5 tips that you would offer to the audience?
The top 5 things, your senses. Your bathrooms and kitchens should be sparkling as if they have never been used. Another thing, Mary Jo, that is really interesting is when a buyer is standing at the threshold of your home, they make a decision between 3 and 6 minutes whether or not they're going to go in the rest of the house.
What is it like to live in a staged home? I mean, most people have kids and pets, and how does that work?
It can be really overwhelming, especially if they've basically moved in 30 years ago and have not done anything since. First of all, by getting rid of about 1/3 or 2/3 of the stuff, that really helps a lot. And you need to if you have kids, you really need to get them involved because it's their house too, and they need to live in it. And in the book, we have some strategies as to what to do to get ready for an open house. And we have a system where there is a bag, a big canvas bag hidden in every room, so that if there's stuff all over the place, it just goes in the bag, and you take it with you and put it in the car and go take it with you. Your mail, any of that personal stuff, you get rid of it and take it with you when the person's coming over for a showing. But moving is inconvenient. There's just no question about it. So everybody in the household has to know it's just going to be an inconvenience, but the sooner they keep everything picked up, the sooner the property is going to sell and they can get on to their new house.
Let's talk a little bit about, not every house has people living in it when you're trying to sell it. Right. So what's the difference between staging a vacant home versus staging a home that people are living in?
It's interesting because you have 2 scenarios here. You have an occupied home and you have a vacant home. Okay, so the vacant home ends up taking twice as long to sell than one that is staged with furniture. And that can be done in two ways, by renting furniture from a stager, or bringing furniture in from a furniture rental company.
What's sort of the takeaway you'd like? What are the 3 things you want people to remember when they're thinking about doing this?
The top 3 selling features in a home are on-trend flooring. So if you have some old ratty carpet, that needs to come out. If you happen to have hardwood underneath, you've hit the jackpot. Get it out of there and get that done. Second is on-trend color. So if you've got old-fashioned, 80s wallpaper in mauve and green, that's got to go. And we actually have what we call staging safe colors that we work with Sherwin-Williams on, in coming up with a group of colors that will work with pretty much any decor. And the third is adequate storage, because we all have too much stuff. Just get rid of the clutter, simplify, and the decorating trends change about every 5 years, and even those styles that are like a country, where you kind of think of a lot of stuff, or just a little more ornate decorating. Even that has really kind of streamlined, and so anyway, just keep it really simple. It's a great opportunity for you to kind of move in stages and get rid of a bunch of stuff. We usually say, either sell it, give it away, or store it. And this way you kind of go through that first phase of the move without having to do it all at the end.